Hi, my name is Kim. And ladies, are you tired of sitting around waiting on your husband or your boyfriend to make changes to your home? Tired of looking at the same old, same old? Well, I'd like to show you a project that I've done, and I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. The cabinet, as you see here, has been stained, new handles. The older cabinet is right next to it. Can you see the difference of how it made the kitchen look so much better? It's almost as if I got a new home. But I'd like to show you ladies how to do this. It's not hard. I'm 54 years old. I've been doing this for quite some time now. I've actually removed one of the cabinet doors, and as you can see the color of it now. First step is you lightly sand it. These doors have never been stained or anything. It's original wood. And you just you lightly sand it down as so. This way the stain adheres to it, and it will change the look of your cabinet. Normally I do this outside. It's a little chilly here. And it doesn't take that long. I've restained a whole table, including chairs. I'm one of those people, I can't sit still. I used to be in the work field. I worked as a waitress and a cook. But as my husband and I started doing projects together, I started going on job sites with him and learning how to do a lot of this stuff. And I find it very relaxing. Some people might, think crossword puzzles or stuff like that would be very interesting. But I like to stay busy with my hands on a day-to-day basis. When you take your cabinet down, you have to remove all the hardware on it and get it like so. And I'll be back with you in just a minute. Let me finish sanding this door down. This will be your first step. Hi, welcome back. Now you've watched step 1 and step 2 on how to do staining on your own cabinets, your table. Anything that I showed you here, you can do on any wood. It's the same process. You start with your sanding it down very lightly with fine paper. Then you put your stain on it, whatever color you like. And now we're going to put on sand sealer, which it's like a Minwax, and it helps the stain. And if you decide you want your cabinets very shiny, which I prefer not, because to me it just puts too much shine into the house. Then you can go over it with the same steps. The polyurethane. You would add your sand sealer, then lightly sand, then you put your polyurethane on it, let it completely dry, then you lightly sand again, add more poly to it, which gives you that high glossy shine. Okay, as I said, this step here, we're going to do the sand sealer. And I'm using a brush for this step, very fine brush. Most people use it for their poly. It's very runny, but underneath here I've got a piece of wood, and you just want to lightly brush stroke it down. And hopefully you ladies can see this, how it looks a little moist when it's going on. A little more here. Now, some of you ladies might not enjoy doing these kind of things at home and prefer a man to come in. But as I said, my home was built in the late 1800s. When they installed the cabinets, they just installed plain old wood cabinets. No stain, no poly or nothing on it. But you can remove all that stuff if you don't like the color or something. You can remove the old colors and do the same thing, your dressers and stuff. If I'd have thought about it, I would have showed you ladies how to stain a table, a dining room table. That took me months to do, getting it done little by little, because I was trying to do it in my home, and I had to block off part of my house to keep my animals out from getting in the way. And just go down lightly. like so. And hopefully you all can see this. I'm actually doing this in my kitchen on the table. So the video's been kind of jumping around a little bit, but I'm hoping you all have got the idea and are able to do this yourselves. Okay, this side. And I've done the edges of my doors as well. And like I said, it depends on the temperature or how quickly this stuff dries. You can't rush it. And this will be the color that my door looks like after it's completely dry. I'm not going to put anything else on it, and I'm not going to put polyurethane on it. But as you can see, ladies, the door has the sand sealer on it. And I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to show you the cabinets that I had finished one more time so you can see the difference that this makes in here. This cabinet here, I've redone all the way down. You can also do the side walls the same way, same steps. You just might want to remove everything off your countertops so not getting dusty. And this is what it would actually look like prior to me doing that step. And again, ladies, like I said, keep an eye out for my next videos because my next project is going to be a dresser to show you how to stain it, sand seal it, and yes, I will be putting polyurethane on that because things that you're sitting on top of your dresser, you don't want the moisture and stuff to get into it. But again, ladies, I hope you enjoyed my video, and see you next time. Again, my name is Kim. Bye. Welcome back. Now, as in the last step I showed you, you would let your cabinets down, take your hardware off, and then lightly sand it. The sanding paper I'm using is a very fine 220. As you can see, I have sanded the door. Now you want to proceed with getting all the dust and dirt off of it. You don't want anything on there that's going to cause it to adhere. I don't know if you can see this where I'm wiping it down. Like so. Okay, now we're just a little more wiping with a very damp cloth. Make sure you have removed all the dust from the sanding on your wood. Okay, let's do the sides here. Make sure there's nothing remaining. And as I said, you don't want any of the sanding dust anywhere around where you're staining. Okay, the next step is, I'm wearing a rubber glove because stain is very bad on your hands. It's hard to get it off, as you may see. Now I've chosen for my cabinets, and you can pick any color you like. I've got here a Bombay mahogany shade satin. Now I prefer to just use a cloth rather than a brush. You can use a very fine brush to put your stain on. You just lightly dip it in there. And as you can see, the stain's on here. and then proceed with staining your wood. A little more here. The wood's only going to take in as much as it can. So it doesn't matter how little or how much you put on. The wood's only going to take and absorb so much of your stain color. So, okay. And we'll get it on here like this. As I said, I've done pretty much almost everything in my home, from painting walls to stripping floors. I guess men think women can't do these things unless they have a profession doing it. But I kind of got tired of waiting on my husband to do repairs and little things like that. So I started watching home videos on how to do items. You know, he showed me quite a few, but never enough. Just give me enough information to get me started. And then he'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'll get around to that. You're not capable, you know. And I think men think women can't do anything. And it's just, it's not true. As I said, ladies, I'm 54 years old. And I've never done work like this. But I've made it a point to learn in order to make my home the way I want. My home was built in the late 1800s. It used to be a schoolhouse. And it was converted in 1950s to a single family home. And I couldn't ask for a better place. I'm here in Tennessee, East Tennessee actually. And I've been here for about 10 years now. I was originally in Maryland, where I was born and raised. Okay. Now we've got the stain on. And as I said, it's only going to take so much to soak up. It's like getting a paper towel. You can only soak up so much stuff in a paper towel, and that's the same way wood is. Make sure I've got all the little cracks and crannies here. Now, as you can see, I'm done with my staining, and you have to let this dry so it completely dries down. You should be able to touch it with your fingers and know it's dry. Doesn't take very long. Depends on the temperature in your home or if you're doing it outside. I find this very interesting, but I'll be back with you on the next step on putting your next sand sealer on it. Until then,